What just happened? I'm Dan. That is Xander. That is Billy. Boys Night. Today we're covering season 2, episode 5 of Silo called Descent. We're making our first theory video for Silo this week. So we want your comments. And especially, I want you guys to dig into Salvador Quinn. Tell me what you think about him. What was he trying to say to his wife through code? No book spoilers, please. If you
Yeah,
read the
don't be
book,
dicks.
if you read the book, awesome. Here we're focusing on the show. You know, they might change things. That's what they do sometimes when they make stuff out of a book. So we're focused on what the show might do. So what are your theories on what's going to happen this season, beyond, whatever? What do you got? Anything and everything is on the table. So all right, before we start, just want to show you guys our awesome Christmas merch. Look at this hoodie, man, and it's made from Champion. It is very comfortable, very good stuff, and it's 15% off in the merch store. You can see them linked below. And if you want to grab one, great. If not, thanks for watching anyway. We also have the little Scene Invaders Christmas hoodie. Christmas sticker with the little Santa hat. I mean, where else can you get this, right? There's like 5 Christmas options. So if you want to get one, cool. If not, here's a recap. This episode starts off with Knox and crew running slash hiding from the mob. And Carol goes, "Well, I got a guy. We just got to get 2 levels down." So they're like, "Okay, let's go." Sims is talking about how Bernard found out about the coup, and here comes Bernard. He comes right in the room, and he says, "This job requires me to have a different perspective than anybody else." And then he has this thing where he can't really work the coffee machine, but Xander and I were talking about it pre-show how it pretty much he just wanted to get Camille out of the room. So basically, he was just, being a dick planning. He was planning to get her out of the room. So before she leaves, though, he goes, "You used to work with Rob, right?" "Yeah, for him, really." "Did he discuss work with you?" "Never. He knows I'm not interested." So he's trying to find out if he ever talks about work. And then she goes, "Look, we know what the pack says. The pack says mothers are a vessel to deliver children into the world, and the silo is a vessel for the people." And he goes, "Family reads the pact every night, right?" "Yes, we do." "Can you go get me a copy?" "Yes, I can." So what did you guys think about this scene? He says, "You betrayed my trust. You made me do something I didn't want to do. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see." And he says, "You will no longer be head of judicial. You will not be my shadow." He had to get that in there too. "But you're too valuable to be sidelined. So you'll take Mary's job. You'll be judge. Place your hand on the pack. Repeat after me. Get sworn in." What do you guys think about that? Did you see that coming?
I would have said thanks. This is a shitty fucking job anyway, man. Like, where are the benefits of this job? This shit sucks. My wife hates me now. Everyone hates me. Like, being friends with you is the worst. Like, no, I would say thank you.
I feel like Bernard was he's trying to figure out who the brains of the operation is. Because I think he knows Sims so well that he was like, "You probably didn't come up with the idea for the impeach Meadows thing on your own." So just kind of probe the wife and be like, "What do you guys talk about work? You ever talk about impeachment?" "Yeah."
Okay. All right. And then Knox and Co. meet Calvin. Calvin's Carol's friend, and they need a place to rest up and transport home. "It's going to cost you." She's like, "I got some old liquor from the before times. You want that?" He's like, "You got any shit that belongs to Juliet Nichols?" Which is hilarious. That would be true, too. If you saw someone do something that you didn't think was possible, then she's like, Jesus, you want to buy all her shit. So all her stuff would be super valuable. I like that. Do you guys like that part?
Yeah, I'm wondering if he could have sold it for a lot, like more than the credits that he's going to turn them in for eventually. I wonder how much you could actually get for that shit.
Probably a lot.
The memorabilia, man. The Nichols memorabilia.
Got her on a mug.
So back to Jules, and I know Xander, I know you're gonna say your frustrations at the end of the video, I'm sure, but you are not happy with the Juliet storyline this season. You think it's taken too long, and Bill, you agree too?
Oh my God. I watched the show on like 1.5 times. They literally walk slow. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. I think it would have been beneficial. I mean, let's just say it. Xander and I made this video already and we had to do it over. So we talked about this already. And it would have been beneficial if they would have had episodes without Rebecca Ferguson in them.
Yeah.
To let that story unfold and then go back to her. And then she has a ton to do next episode, right? Instead of this one long thing to do. It goes up, down, really, really slows down the episodes. But I'm still enjoying this season, but I do agree that her storyline seems a little weak. And Bill, you want to go off about the water? You didn't think it was that big of a deal?
No, the
thought that
water
was
thing. Yeah.
hilarious.
He goes under and does the whole water thing, and it's like 20 feet, right? What did she need a helmet and the pump for? Her head gets stuck in the door, and then she's just like, all right, I guess I have to leave the helmet. Swim, swim, swim. Here I am. It's like, wait, what was the whole thing then? You just
Yeah.
went down with a brick to hold the damn door open. Like, what are we
Yeah.
talking about here? And I think I obviously wasn't on the first iteration, but I do think it's a good idea. You really could have had her gone for a few episodes and then just had a long dump episode. Look, her whole damn storyline is just leading to Solo finally just telling us the damn story of what actually happened and what his involvement is, whatever. But do we really need to be this far in for it? It's not. It's going to be a few iterations of it. Somehow his fault. He was a bad guy or he screwed up, right? Like, what else is there going to be? It's not going to be this mind-blowing thing compared to what we've seen. So like you said, I think it's a disservice to her story. She's supposed to be the protagonist of the story, and we're not really spending a ton of time with her.
Yeah. When we do, it's a little slow. So yeah, she's trying to make her suit no firefighter helmet, and she's like, I don't want to go back in that damn water, that 20 feet of water. She won't do it. So maybe my old one will connect, but we all know that's not going to work because we saw that thing get all fucked up when she barely survived last time. So that's the point of this episode. She's looking for a helmet, and she finds it. So she asks, how are the lights even on? And the IT has a power source that comes from the outside. And Xander has a theory that this might be solar or nuclear, right?
Nuclear or whatever happened on the surface, they're somehow like harnessing it to use it as an energy source. But I think it's going to be a big story point in Mechanical's probably going to shut down the power in the silo at some point in the main silo that we're in. And then IT's going to be like, okay, they're going to flip a switch and have power. Then everybody will be like, what the fuck?
Wow.
They kind of don't have any leverage against the entirety of judicial and IT if they can just flip on their own endless power source.
Yes.
But then that creates a crazy dynamic, right? That turns the common folk then against them that now are chasing after the mechanical people, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, you're going to leave us in the dark and just continue lives normally? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing to theorize about. And if you guys are new here, what we do is we take your comments and we literally read them, we put them up on screen, and then we react to them so you can be like in the video with us. And it's a lot of fun. So get your theories in. We're going to make it this week. And then he's talking about the water rising. Is there a way to stop it? And she says, maybe if you go to level 30 and do this and that, you can stop it. And he's like, look, I got 10 months. And she's like, dude, I got days. What are you bitching about? I got days. So they're pissed about that. And she's like, I need to look for a different helmet. So then Bernard's people think they have a location on the crew. Turns out Calvin fucked them over for 1,000. It would have been 2,000 credits he would have got if he would have got them captured. So, I mean, I guess that's a lot of money. It seems like a lot of money in that world.
Yeah.
So but still, fuck you, Calvin. That sucks. He sold him out. And Knox says, hey, we got to bounce. So then we see Hank and Paul. And he says Sims was sworn in as judge and Meadows was murdered by the head of Mech and his colleague, Knox and Shirley. They won't believe it. I knew they won't believe it as soon as I saw this scene, and they don't believe it. And I love that. I think Hank and Paul are going to be vital to helping out Knox and Co. You guys agree?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. They're pivotal.
Yeah. It's going to be really cool to see that too. And then they want to split up. They're like, look, we're the ones that have the target on our heads. You guys should get out of here. So Carol says to Walker when she sits down with her, he's like, look, Walker, nobody knows who you are. You were hiding for 25 years. You leave, you can get home. You'll be fine. They need you down there. You got to get back. They need you right now more than ever. She's like, all right, fine. But before she goes, they kiss. So I didn't see a romantic thing between them, but that's nice, I guess.
You didn't see it coming? I saw it coming.
I didn't. There
was a little tension there.
I never saw that. Well, I guess I didn't remember it, right? I guess it had been a while since last season. So I definitely popped for that. I was like, oh, crap. Did I miss something? Like, nice.
Yeah.
No, there was like, even in this season when they're kind of walking around, especially in the scene where they both get caught and they're in the jail cell, there's like a little bit of tension there. You can kind of feel it. Like there was something in the past that kind of didn't work out. That's kind of what it feels like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love is your language.
It probably just took too long for the scene to play out, so I kind of just didn't.
Oh, shots fired. Yeah. I don't want to make the people think we don't like the show. We
do like it. We'll review it if we don't like it.
Just pacing problems this season.
Pacing problems. Yeah, that's true.
Still great.
All right. And then Pete is helping people with their wounds from that big fight, and he meets Billing's wife, And then the guards come and say, hey, Pete, you got to come with us. So Camille is talking to Sims and says, what's his plan? And he goes, have the silo take down the killers. And if he succeeds, it'll be like a reset. Like Jules never even happened. So he'll get exactly what he wants. And she goes, well, your replacement's good. I know he's good because you trained him and you're the best, but he's not the best. So I don't think they're going to get this job done. So they do talk about work, it turns out. Then Pete goes into Bernard. He's like, look, man, I don't know anything. Why you're calling me in here? He's like, all right, nothing to do with that. Thought you might want some of Jules' things. Your spirit gives the silo hope. He's like, hold on a second, dude. I wasn't doing this shit for the silo. I was doing this to actually do my job and feel like I'm a doctor for once. Because the silo is taking everything from me. It's taking my wife, my son, my daughter, and my job. Because I have to sit there with couples who are trying to get pregnant and act like I just took their birth control out when I really didn't. You even took my job from me too, you dick. So he was like, you can't take away how I feel about Juliet, and you can't take away how other people, how she makes them feel. That's real. You can't control everything, dude. Peace. So really cool scene with Pete. I like that.
The genie's out of the bottle, right? I mean, as soon as everything happened there, it's just an inevitability of how long it takes and how much collateral damage gets to the inevitable. Hey, like you're all out, right? Like you're all done. They're getting toppled. Now, is the whole silo going to burn down in the process, or can they get those people out before they ruin everything? They're probably going to burn the silo down.
Yeah, that's the question.
There's also a cool scene because I don't think Peter knows the leverage that he has against Bernard, but Bernard knows it's sitting in there when he's like, what happens if I say no? Bernard can't really say anything because if all of a sudden the like lead doctor of the silo, who happens to be Juliet's father, also like gets sent out or disappears, people are going to be like, what's going on? This seems connected, and you can't have people like, you can't be that obvious and have people putting those kinds of things together. So he has like some weird immunity because he's Juliet's father that he can't be messed with, but I don't think he realizes it. But Bernard in that moment is just like, fuck,
yeah. Got away. Yeah, that's true. And then we see Solo say his real name's Cole Myers. This turns out to be bullshit. He stole this guy's identity. Why? Theorize below. We want to talk about that as well. And then he goes, what's in the name? Romeo and Juliet. And she's like, they don't die. He's like, they don't die in your version? And at first I thought that she might have been bullshitting, but then Xander was like, no, I think they actually changed it. And that makes more sense.
Some 1984 shit where they're like, we needed to have a happy ending so people don't get sad in this fucking tomb that we live in.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense. I think they actually did change it. And then Jules is hurting. We don't see why until the end. It turns out she cut her hand. Bill, do you know where she cut her hand? Because both of us were trying to think of it, and
swimming, maybe.
Nothing. Maybe swimming.
I know. Could it? The only thing I thought of was, remember that she didn't like punch the doors open and crack. Like maybe she like cut herself doing that. She had to keep like slamming her fists into it. Like
that's a good
the only thing I could like when she was ripping the locker open. You know what I mean? She like, beat it open. So maybe then, like I don't know.
I was thinking too. I think I might remember when she was trying to use the rope to swing across. And she like barely makes it, and she has to like grab onto the edge of the broken bridge.
Yeah, maybe
I think she might have cut herself there.
Yeah,
they really
let
do
us
a
know in the
terrible
comments.
job.
People will know.
Yeah, someone.
Yeah,
let
people
us know.
will know. Yeah,
but like the director should probably do a better job of getting a fucking shot of that arm. Even this whole episode, when she's sick, I'm like, what's going? Like, give me a close-up shot of the bandage. That's it. That's all you need to do.
Yeah,
I mean, look, and I haven't had this issue with the rest of the season, but it was very dark.
Yeah,
it was very dark. I had to check my MacBook a couple times. I thought it had dimmed back down and it was on max. I was like, I get you're in a hole in the ground, so no one please comment they're in a hole in the ground. Like I get that, but like you know, like
someone's going to now for sure.
I know, right? I mean, it's like we're doing the ground, asshole. Like, yeah, no, I know, but like you could make it artificially brighter for me. So
small tangent. I know this is off book, but everyone's stuck in like realism right now with like realistic lighting and shit. And I'm rewatching Lost again because we just did From and I'm obsessed with that show. And sometimes there is just a spotlight exploding from the ground in the middle of the jungle and it just lights everything up. And it's not explained. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but it's nice because I can see what's happening.
Yeah.
And it looks good. It just looks good. So like, give me some light, dude. I don't care if it's not real.
The Walking Dead had that problem with bad lighting too, especially towards the end. I stayed and watched the entire Walking Dead. Yeah, I did it. All right, and
That's
then
a
yeah,
nightmare.
so yeah, Jules is hurting. Solo thinks she's hungry, and then we see Sims in his new digs at his new office. He's not happy. He knocks some shit off the table, and then we see Carol gets arrested, and Knox and Shirley are running for their lives while a mob is stirring. And then we see Lucas. So it's only been a day, still alive. That's good. Life expectancy. Do you know how long it is down there in the mines? No, you don't. 5 years. So when she cut your sentence, it really wasn't doing shit, dude. It's still a 5 year sentence. You're probably gonna die. It was more of a gesture. But I'm going to offer you some soft duty. I'm going to require your mind. The little bit of knowledge that you could get from seeing those lights in the sky and how you explained it to Meadows, you were pretty much spot on. And that's pretty impressive. So I'm going to need you. See this hard drive here? Yeah, I smashed it. This is what Juliet stole. I'm going to need you to piece it together and get information to me. And I could ask 10 other guys outside right now, but they're not going to work as hard as you because you want to live more than 5 years, don't you? So, all right, we got a deal. So I'm happy that he's got like an arc again. I like Lucas. I
Yeah.
think he's a good character.
Glad he came back.
Yeah.
And
So
I really love the line. I said this in the last time we did this video, but there's a line where Bernard, he's talking about the hard drive, and I thought it was kind of a soft excuse for them to rebuild the hard drive, to be like, yeah, I just need this thing again. I'm sorry I smashed it. But he kind of talks about how he no longer has the
luxury.
Yeah, the luxury of living in ignorance. I was like, damn, that's like, because it shows that Bernard really, he only wants to know what he needs to know to run the silo. And he's trying his hardest not to know too much, because I think he knows if he learns too much, it all falls apart, because he won't want to be in the position that he's in. So the fact that he's like, okay, I got to push that boundary now, it really shows that Bernard's like in a situation where he's like, fuck.
A guy that would want nothing more than just to have everything not fall apart on his watch. Just wants to pass it off how he got it, right?
Yeah.
And obviously not happening.
Yeah, that's true. So then we see Sims. He's pissed that the button isn't working. And we talked last time. Did it ever work? What's up with that button? I don't know. That's weird. And the guy comes out and he starts calling him sir and judge and all that shit. And he's like, dude, call me Rob like you have been doing for years. And he's like, I'm in my new office sitting there and I'm thinking maybe I should check out the chase of the people who murdered her. And I want to see what's going on. They're like, look, we're using the plan that you put in place. We'll keep you updated. So that's all he gets out of it. And yeah, Sims is not happy right now. And then Knox and Shirley get caught up by a mob and they start beating on them bad. And I was, oh boy, is one of them going to catch it right here? But Camille stops it. Why? I don't know. If you guys got theories on why, let us know down below. But she's like, look, my husband wants these guys taken into custody. You know who my husband is. So damn right, you're going to listen to me. Come with me, motherfuckers. Then we see Jules again. She's hurting. And she sees a file for a missing helmet. So she knows one is around her. And she's going to go look for it. And then Camille says, there's a barricade on 130. No clue how you get through it. And they're like, why are you helping me? And she's like, it doesn't matter. Gets the janitor out of his little room and pushes them in there. They're going to hide there for a minute and then think of their next move. Anything like why did she help them or yet to be revealed?
Her and Sims are definitely working together.
Okay, I'm with it.
I think she just knows it's just there are some people in the silo that can just tell like there's some right and wrong and there's some bullshit going on. And especially if you have to watch your husband just have to like fall deeper and deeper and deeper into this web of bullshit, right? There's just like common sense, right and wrong. And it's good. I mean, some of these people are going down. I do think overall he's digging himself deeper and deeper into it. He's realizing it's not good. I do think he's heading for like a tragic arc, some kind of sacrifice at some point, frankly.
All right.
Yeah, I could see last moment Sims switch, you know?
Yeah.
But I could also see him being like a force to be reckoned with against Bernard. He's really good at moving pieces. He knows how the silo works. He has people in place that are still going to be loyal to him. Yeah. And Camille seems smart as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, she is hard, dude. Yeah, she is. And that perfect segue because the janitor goes, I'm only doing this because I'm scared of her, and you should be scared of her too. And then they talk about how every department in the silo thinks that they're the one that's keeping the silo running. And we thought it was like a good metaphor to real world because that's kind of how it is in life. And what did you say, Xander, last time?
No, there's just like Elon Musk is pretty sure that he's the reason the world still runs.
Yeah.
But he's probably not. You know, it's probably like the plumbers and the electricians of the world. Like, yeah.
So just like the people in the down deep in the silo, they're, so true. So Shirley calls him a good leader, and he was like, I fucked up. I was wrong about what we should have done. I wanted to ask nicely, and now we're gonna die for it. And she goes, look, if we did it my way, we'd be dead by now. So we're good. You don't have to worry about that. And then Hank doesn't think that they killed Meadows, like we said earlier. He said he had a lead on where he thinks he might know where Patrick is. So then they see the woman, and it's like his aunt or his niece or something like that.
Yeah.
His niece, yeah. And they're like, "Oh, where are you taking that food to? You've been here since 6 a.m. You're gonna bring the same food? Oh, nah, bullshit. We know where you're going. Let us take it there." So cool. They go down to Patrick, and down deep, the citizens aren't allowed through their homes, and Walker sees this. They're not allowed past this barricade. They're keeping it closed. So that's fucked up. And we come back to that later. And then Knox and Shirley have a plan. It's really Shirley's plan to go up. Trust me, says Shirley. So that's what they do. And then Jules is going through docs, and then she sees a name, and it makes her think that Solo's for shit. How did she know that? By that
I
line?
think the name was the girl from the
was the girl.
classroom that Solo was talking about.
Was the girl from the classroom. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. You're right. And then Bernard is informed of what Camille did. He's pissed. So, yeah, I think you're right. I think that Camille is working with Sims on that one. And that was a joint effort to do that. Yeah, yep. I think so. And Jules finds a pic of Solo and Tiny. And yeah, that's not Solo. So she's like, what the fuck? What?
It's an Asian dude.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah.
So we see Lucas real quick. He found a tunnel at the bottom of the silo. Where does it go? It's definitely the tunnel that connects to other silos. I am dying on that hill. Dead. That's me dead on that hill.
Do you think that's where the water is coming from? In the bottom of the silo, like it's coming from Solo's silo. It's like the tunnels connect the silos.
They lead to the next one?
Yeah. That was my theory last week.
She's definitely going to get, I don't think she's going to walk back in the door, right? She's got to get back to the silo another way, I feel
But she can't really because it's flooded hers.
No, but she was talking about how there's a pump on one of the levels. So if she decides to help Solo and they pump it, I think she said like a groundwater pump. So maybe it's like pumping it completely out of the silo. And she finds that tunnel down there. It could like pump the water out of her silo as well, just through the connection of the two. And she could use that to get back.
That'd be sick.
That'd be pretty sick. And then
I would love it if that happened, because then she would come through without Bernard's knowledge. You know? And then we'd be surprised that she's back.
We have a way to like move certain rebels out of the silo and into other parts. Yeah.
But he's aware of it now though too, right? So I do feel like there is
he's aware of a tunnel
coming to that basement tunnel, or these other two tunnels. Like they're showing that there's multiple tunnels possibly. They were showing the lines, right? Like there's that would be sick.
Well, and they talked about Solo was talking about how in his silo, didn't Judicial cut like a water line in Mechanical, thinking that they could get it fixed before it flooded? Maybe they were cutting a water line to flood that tunnel. Maybe someone found that tunnel like originally.
Yeah. I'm with it. I like that a lot. What do you guys think? Let us know down below. And then he's like, hey, there was one more thing. I was in this folder and something was weird in there. I found a handwritten letter to someone wrote to his wife. It was from Salvador Quinn. Go nuts. Go nuts. So it was a love letter. Then it gets weird. It goes into code. Bernard knew what he was saying. So he's like, all right, you're doing a good job. You get to live another day. So yeah, that's so sick. I want to theorize about that. So what do you guys think about that below? Please let me know. And then Billings and Hank find Patrick. We can help you. He doesn't trust them. Hank goes for a full med kit. He's like, this guy's in bad shape. I need to get him some help right now. And he thinks the things I know better would just kill me, dude. Just kill me. Don't you see it's all a lie? The pact. It's just to keep us in line. We'll never find out the truth. Then he brings up Sims. He's like, oh, you know Sims? He's like, yeah, why do you think I'm fucking down here? So he's like, tell me. Well, give me your gun. I'll tell you. Give me your gun. He's like, all right, enough of this shit. And then he pulls out a piece of paper. So I found this in Juliet's apartment. I burned the rest of it. It was from the book. Mm-hmm. So that's where the book is. He burned it. So he's got one piece left. So really cool. And that gets Patrick to be like, yo, get me a fucking doctor. I'll tell you everything you want to know. I'll tell you everything you don't want to know. I'll get me out of here. We're boys. We're boys now. Yeah. So he was really excited about that. I like that part a lot too.
I love that actor. The actor that plays Patrick Kennedy.
He's great.
He's great, man.
Right fucking here.
Yeah.
He's awesome, dude.
He's so good.
So that was a great scene. So I'm excited to see that. I want to see more scenes with Patrick and Billings, what do they talk about? How deep do they go? What shit does Patrick know that the audience doesn't know? You know,
There's probably a
gotta be
couple
some
things. Yeah.
yeah, there's got to be some stuff. So it's gonna be really cool. So Knox and Shirley make it back to where Calvin is, and Knox puts him in the headlock, and he's like, "Ha, fuck you, dude." And you think this was Jules? It's not, but I'm not gonna let you sell it thinking it is and get money out of her name. Fuck you, I'm taking that too. So then they're seen on the stairs on level 92. Get a message to the mayor. Shit's going crazy. And then we see Solo. He's back, and then she flips over the picture. And he goes, see, Trina Samuels. She was Solo's girlfriend. Oh, I haven't thought about that name in a while. And she's like, why are you lying to me? That's her next to Solo, and that's not you. So who are you? And he starts freaking out.
Don't you ever! I am Solo! I am the IT Shadow! Do you hear me?
Going nuts. And then he like kind of gets back to it. He's like, you look terrible. You should eat. And she's like, I don't feel well. I'm going to lie down. And then she kind of scurries off.
He definitely killed everyone in that silo.
He screwed
so?
somebody. He made a mistake. Maybe he was, but he didn't do the right thing. We're gonna find out, but he's definitely not a good guy, and
Yeah.
he's at least very, very flawed or at fault. So we'll see. Is he trying to redeem himself right now, or is he trying to hide what he did? That's kind of
Feels like a little of both.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Xander said something along the lines of maybe they're setting him up to be killed, and now we're not going to mind if he gets killed because he's kind of a bad person anyway. So maybe it's something like that because he seemed like this lovable loser this whole time, and now he's could be like a serial killer. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll find out. So Knox and Shirley get the plan ready. They're gonna rappel down. There's no break, is there? Tom Cruise style, motherfucker. Let's go. At least we'll die in it down deep. So they go. Off they go. This scene was awesome. They drop down and they get caught at the bottom, but then they're able to be pulled up by other members of the down deep. So they made it back home, and just chaos happens, man. The dude shoots one of them off. It rips Knox's shoulder, dude. Gnarly little cut there. And then he throws the other one down, tries to hit him, doesn't hit him, but then people see where they are. So then they break the barricade down, and there's chaos, man. There's just shit going crazy. They're trying to get to them because they want to kill these people that they think killed Meadows. It's all bullshit. But yeah, what do you guys think? That scene was good. I like that scene a lot.
Cool.
Yeah,
It definitely was a nice spark to the end.
yeah, it was.
Two things. One, I'll let it go, but if you fell that far and just got caught by a rigid cable, both their hips are shattered, their pelvic bone is...
You're getting Gwen Stacy.
Oh,
man.
yeah, dude.
Oh,
Gwen's
dude.
just... Yeah.
I
But two,
still remember the sound of Stacy's head hitting the ground.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So
geez.
good. My second thing is, I think it's also significant that a bunch of people saw the head of judicial now, because it's not Sims anymore, it's that guy, just
Right.
tried to just straight up like kill two people. He doesn't even, he wasn't doing it in a very like targeted way. He was just like, I'll crush whoever I crush. He just like throws it over the edge.
Yeah.
Just like, I think that'll be pretty significant as people are like, oh, they're just trying to kill us now. Doesn't matter who. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. Bill?
Yeah.
No, I agree. I'm fully
Yeah.
on board with that.
Yeah, me too, man. Makes a lot of sense. All right, then the last part is Bernard calling out. He calls Billings on the phone. What are they? Walkie-talkie. He's like, "Hey, that's your problem now, and I can count on you, right? Of course, you can count on me." I love it because he's like literally breaking the pact as they're talking, and he's like, "I'm all about the pact, bro." And in the background, you see Patrick and shit and what they're about to go through. So it's really cool. And then we see Jules for the last time. We finally see the cut on her arm that's been causing her to feel like shit this entire episode. And she finds the helmet, and then she passes out. And that's it. That was big mystery of what hurt Jules. Or what? That's still a mystery. I don't know. If you guys know, let me know.
I'd just
'Cause-
like to point out,
Yeah.
that was 2 whole episodes of her looking for a helmet.
You just
Some-
don't like the Jules storyline, right?
Hope
Dude,
it's the
it's
right size.
Boring. Oh my
Just
god,
not
if she has to find another helmet, dude, I'm just gonna start
Oh my
fast forwarding
God,
through those
imagine.
parts.
If it's not
Holy
the right
shit.
size.
Yeah, no,
Jesus.
her storyline is brutal. I was saying when we shot this before, they really, should just cut it up. If I got like 2 episodes of Silo, 1 episode of Jules, and you can just move her storyline along really quick, and then we cut away. It lets it build tension for like what the hell she's doing in the other Silo. While we get more time, and you get to flesh out what's happening in the regular Silo more, because it it almost feels like the one storyline is moving a little too quick. We're like, there's a whole rebellion unfolding, and we're kind of just like bang, 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 and like all these things.
That's how it would be, though, right? I don't think it's like the spark. It wouldn't then just be a slow burn. Like these people are all over it, right? And there's just like it's just that's the natural part. The other part is more frustrating is her because there's like a lack of urgency in her actions, right? It's like just overpower this asshole. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
do
right.
something.
Seriously.
Like,
Now, how much you want to bet she finally gets into that fucking vault and there's just a bunch of suits sitting in there?
Oh, dude, imagine.
there's gonna be supplies.
Oh,
And
yeah.
things that he could have helped her like way earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
He just doesn't want her to leave, kind of thing.
You're probably right. Damn, but he
Yeah.
kind of needs her because he's going to die in 10, 13 months.
And
'Cause the water's going to rise.
I'm gonna rage, bro. As soon as she figures out this suit and then it doesn't work and then we just get her getting a new suit, I'm gonna fucking rage, dude. We spent this whole time and it was just in the vault, bro. Oh
just
shit,
right there. Yeah.
brand new one. Ugh.
Oh, motherfucker. Yeah. All right. Well, what do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you still like the show as a whole, which I do, and I'm looking forward to see what happens. But Juliet's storyline is a little slow this season. We can admit that.
bit.
So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support us and have the coolest Christmas hoodie at your party for Christmas this year, look at this. It's an alien invasion. People are ice skating. You got our logo there. This is beautiful piece, right? That's my South bitch. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you don't buy one, thanks for watching anyway. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Later.
Peace.